Chapter 20 Monuments and Buildings. Ponder a while. Is there any famous monument in or near your area where people come to visit? Have you ever traveled far to see the historical monuments? Have you heard of those personalities who built the historical monuments or who lived there? India is an ancient country. It has a lot to offer in terms of cultural heritage. The ancient monuments and buildings of India are associated with ancient traditions and archaeology. The government is doing its best to restore the ancient traces of our rich heritage. The government is doing its best to restore the ancient traces of our rich heritage. Importance of historical buildings. Our historical buildings and monuments are the unique blend of the influence of British, Iranian and our own native styles. The historical buildings and monuments of India narrate stories of India's glorious past. These buildings have been declared as public property by the government and are known as heritage buildings. Such buildings are maintained by the staff appointed by the Archaeological Survey of India. Historical monuments in India. Let's learn about some of the famous historical monuments in India. Famous monuments of northern India. Qutub Minar in Delhi. Qutub Minar is considered to be the highest stone tower in India. Qutbuddin Aibak started the construction of Qutub Minar in 1210 near the famous Iron Pillar. It was then completed by his successor Iltutmish in 1236. The Qutub Minar originally had 7 floors, but the top floor was struck by the lightning and therefore it now has 6 floors, 5 stories and 379 steps. Taj Mahal in Agra. Taj Mahal is the finest piece of architecture situated in Agra and is included among the 7 wonders of the world. The Taj Mahal was built by the famous Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. The marble mausoleum set on the banks of Yamuna sparkles like a jewel on moonlit nights. Nearly 20,000 laborers worked and took about 22 years to build Taj Mahal. Hawa Mahal in Jaipur. Hawa Mahal was built by Maharaja Savai Pratap Singh in the year 1799. Also known as the Palace of Winds, this beautiful monument is the landmark of Jaipur. This monument has 5 high stories and the front of the monument is beautifully carved with brilliant motifs. It has 593 windows through which women of the royal household used to watch processions on the road. Famous monuments of southern India. Charminar in Hyderabad. The Charminar in Hyderabad was constructed in 1591 by Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. This is also a place where Muslims offer their Friday prayers. It is a rectangular structure 180 feet high. It has 4 corners and each corner is 53 meters high. Gol Gumbaj in Bijapur. Gol Gumbaj, situated at Bijapur district of Karnataka, is the second largest dome in the world. The Gol Gumbaj is 124 feet in diameter. The architecture of Gol Gumbaj is unique in itself as the 4 minarets or pillars themselves are the staircases leading to the top dome. Vivekananda Rock Memorial in Vavathurai. Located in the middle of the ocean, just 500 meters from Kanyakumari, is the sparkling Vivekananda Rock Memorial. This wonderful structure was built in the year 1970 under the guidance of Shri Ekant Ranade. Fact Trivia: the Vivekananda Rock Memorial is dedicated to one of the greatest spiritual philosophers of India, Swami Vivekananda. Famous monuments of Western India. Gateway of India in Mumbai. One of the impressive and magnificent landmarks of Mumbai, the Gateway of India, was built to honor the visit of the British monarch King George V and Queen Mary. The Gateway of India is one of the famous spots of Mumbai city. It was built in 1911. This monument made up of yellow basalt stone is 26 meters high. This arch was alone built at the cost of approximately 21 lakhs. Ajanta and Ellora caves in Aurangabad. These caves are the most magnificent examples of rock-cut architecture and cave paintings. The Ajanta and Ellora caves are over 10 centuries old and represent the brilliant sculptures of Hindu, Buddhist and Jain faiths. The walls of the caves are covered with paintings called murals. These are 12 caves that are dedicated to Buddhism, 17 dedicated to Hinduism, and 5 dedicated to Jainism. Caves 6 and 10 are especially unique as they house both the image of Buddhist and Hindu faith. Let's do it! Make a project report on 7 wonders of the world, paste their pictures along with their descriptions, that is, the places they are situated in, people who built them and their special features. Famous monuments of Eastern India. Sun Temple in Konark. The Sun Temple is situated at Konark in Odisha. It was built by Ganga king Narasimhadeva in the 13th century. The temple shows the chariot of the sun god pulled by 7 carved houses representing 7 days of the week. It is built in the Kalinga style of architecture. Dance performances near the Sun Temple at Konark are held once in every year. And Khandagiri caves in Odisha. These caves are considered to be one of the most sacred Jain pilgrimage centers situated in Odisha. They are famous for their art and beauty. Famous monuments of Central India. Khajuraho temples. Khajuraho, the city of Madhya Pradesh, was the first capital of the king Chandela. Various temples with beauty carvings were built under his guidance. Out of the original 85 temples, only 22 temples are left now. Sanchi Stupa. Sanchi is famous for wonderful specimen of Buddhist art and architecture. The most important of all the Sanchi monuments is the Sanchi Stupa. Stupas are large curved domes containing a central chamber in which the remnants of the Buddha were placed. It was built by King Ashoka. Vocabulary cards. Heritage. The history, traditions and qualities that a country or society has had for many years. Archaeology. The study of cultures of the past and of periods of history. Architecture. The art or design of buildings. Mausoleum. A special building made to hold the dead body of an important person.